Most people think freedom looks like confidence, like certainty, like being unbothered. They think freedom is not caring what anyone thinks. But that isn't freedom, because most people are being moved all day by things they didn't choose. A comment in passing, a look held a second too long, a tone that shifts slightly, and their inner state changes immediately. Before thought, before judgment, before consent. They don't decide how they feel, and they react. This story isn't about toughness. It isn't about ignoring the world. And it isn't about pretending words don't matter. It's about something quieter. It's about who decides. This is Amani. He's in his early 30s, quietly competent, grounded. He isn't chasing attention. He isn't avoiding responsibility. He does his work well. He listens more than he speaks. When he talks, people usually listen. From the outside, his life looks stable. But inside, something subtle keeps happening. Something automatic. Something he's never really questioned. When Amani is praised, he feels it instantly. A manager nods in agreement. Someone says, "That was solid." It's small, almost forgettable. But inside him, something changes. His chest lifts. His shoulders pull back slightly. His thoughts feel cleaner, faster. He speaks with more confidence afterward. He takes up a little more space. It isn't arrogance, it isn't ego. It's a quiet internal expansion, and it happens without permission. Later that same day, something else happens. He shares an idea. The conversation moves on. No insult, no hostility, just nothing. And again, his body reacts. A tightening in his jaw, a subtle forward lean. A thought begins forming. Why wasn't that acknowledged? He doesn't say it out loud, but it stays with him longer than the praise did. That evening on the way home, Amani replays the day, the praise, the dismissal, and for the first time he notices something uncomfortable. Not what was said, but how quickly his inner state moved, how easily it rose, how easily it fell, how little say he had in either. Two opposite moments. Same result. He was moved. Amani has always thought of himself as composed, level-headed, but now he sees the truth more clearly. His peace rises and falls, based on signals from the outside. A word, a glance, a reaction from someone else, and the speed of it unsettles him. At this point, let me pause for a moment. If this is resonating with you so far, if you recognize these shifts in yourself, take a second to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It helps this work reach people and helps me to keep making valuable content for you. Thank you so much. All right, back to the story. Over the next few days, Amani starts paying attention, not to what people say, but to what happens inside him when they say it. He notices how his posture changes when he feels respected, how his thoughts sharpen when he feels validated. He notices how quickly his mood darkens when he feels overlooked, how his mind starts building arguments no one asked for, and slowly a realization forms. It isn't the insult that disturbs him, it's the fact that it moves him without asking. And it isn't the praise that pleases him, it's the fact that it does the same thing. Different words, same chain. A few days later, the test comes again. A comment, measured, not unfair. Normally, it would linger. He would replay it later, adjust himself around it. This time, he notices the sensation first, the heat, the tightening, the urge to respond quickly. And he doesn't suppress it. He doesn't fight it. He just doesn't follow it. He waits. The feeling passes through him, like a wave. It doesn't settle. It doesn't rewrite him. When he speaks, his voice is steady, not defensive and not elevated, just clear. Something changes after that. Not dramatically, but consistently. Praise still arrives, criticism still arrives, but they don't stay as long. They don't decide as much. His posture remains the same. Regardless of treatment, his tone doesn't fluctuate, and people notice. Not because he demands respect, but because he no longer gives his center away. The world keeps speaking, opinions, judgments, noise. Most people answer immediately. They explain, they defend, they adjust themselves on the spot. A few don't. They feel first. Then they decide, and in that pause, they keep their authority. Because the danger was never the insult, and it was never the praise. The danger was reaction. The moment your inner state moves, before you choose, you've handed over control. Even if the words were kind, freedom doesn't begin when the world goes quiet. It begins when you stop answering immediately. Let the ideas compound.